In this video, we're going to show you how you can use Azure DevOps to run a Burp CI-driven scan. Now, in our repository here, we have a few files. We have a configuration file for the pipeline, a configuration file for the scan, a README file, and a recorded login JSON file. In our pipeline, all we say is we're going to install Docker on our agent, and using Docker, we're going to run our enterprise scan container. We're going to bind some directories to the Docker container so we can see our repository code files. We tell the container with an environment variable where it can find the scan configuration file, where it should output a report file to. And we also say the URL to the enterprise server and its API key using environment variables which have been bound to the secrets which have been configured within the pipeline. We then say that after the scan is completed, we should publish the test results as JUnit report files based on the ones that we've outputted here as specified in the environment variable above. The Burp configuration file just says the TLS to our enterprise server. Because we use a self-signed certificate, we use this to verify the authenticity of the connection. And we specify the correlation ID of the site, which is the name that the site will show as in the enterprise console. And we also specify all of this configuration here, which is the same as a normal enterprise configuration for a scan and a site, as you can specify through the console. You can also see the reporting section here, which specifies that when the scan detects a low severity with a firm confidence issue, we're going to fail the build. The recorded login JSON file is just a standard recorded login JSON as you'd paste into the enterprise console. If we now go to run a pipeline, let me just kick that off now. What we can see is the job's going to start, and it's going to pull down our container, and we're going to get going with the scan. And when you see the configuration outputted like this, you know that the scan's been started. So if we go to our enterprise console here and we refresh the page, you can see here a new scan is starting. And if I now go and view the site, you can see that this site was created by a CI-driven scan just to prove that this has actually come from Azure DevOps. Now, as the scan progresses, you can see some different statistics within the pipeline showing what's happening, but rather than waiting for this one to finish, we're just going to go back to our pipelines and go to one which we've already run before. If we go into the job here and look at the console, you can see that as the scan progressed, you can see your statistics here, and then it says at the end that the issue threshold was breached, and we're going to exit with a failure code. Now, because we outputted those results as a JUnit XML file, and we published those right at the end of the pipeline there, that now means that we can go to the tests and see those results directly within the pipeline. So if I scroll down here, you can see here that we've got a client-side prototype pollution vulnerability, which if we scroll down, you can see the severity and the confidence and all of this information here, which is the same as what you could see within the enterprise console. I'm just going to go to this public-facing repository here, and this shows you all of the configuration which you can set for a CI-driven scan. I only showed a snapshot before, but if you'd like to look at this in your own time, you can do it based on the link that I've got on the screen now. Well, that is how you can run a CI-driven scan with Burp Enterprise and Azure DevOps.